Hello. So today I want to talk a little bit about something that we may all bump into in terms of our spiritual practices or religious practices, or if you're into a lot of personal development. And that is this desire for perfectionism. The law of attraction is a brilliant feedback mechanism because what we see in our external world is a reflection of what is actually going on in our inner world that we have not seen consciously, that we're not aware of 100%. It's bringing to surface things that are sitting in our subconscious that are wanting to be resolved. But what can happen a lot of times is we may see this external manifestation in our lives and start to shame ourselves by having an internal dialogue with ourselves around how we've put in a lot of work into our spiritual practice, into our religious practice, maybe even to our personal development, and things are still not showing up the way it should. Now, this is a dialogue of shaming ourselves and punishing ourselves. It is far from love. Okay? So, what we really want to do is, instead of using our spiritual mechanisms to bypass our emotions and our subconscious feelings, we want to really bring those subconscious feelings and emotions to surface and not allow our practices to give us a bypass. And the root cause of why we're feeling less than in these situations and why we're striving for perfectionism is because we're still trying to be loved and accepted as we wanted to be as children. Now, when we let this awareness just sink into us for a moment, we can start to get more present to our deeper reality. And in our deeper reality, we have taken on our practices and our beliefs for the purpose of growing ourselves. And also, there's a part of us that felt like it was not enough. And that is the reason we went on this journey. Okay? So while we're on this journey, if we continue to beat ourselves up, then we have basically given the ego full rein on us to do whatever it wants us to do. So instead, we must take a different approach to ourselves if we really want to feel complete and whole with ourselves and our journey. And the fundamental belief shift we must have is that our journey is going to show us along the way where we are disconnected from within ourselves, and that it is a lifetime process. It's not going to just happen in one shot. Us expecting it to happen in one shot is us having unrealistic expectations of ourselves as well as others. It's also our own way of suffering and abusing ourselves and not loving ourselves. And it's also us comparing ourselves to a standard that we were put in when we were children. So this definitely has its roots in our childhood, and along the way when we were told something about our actions or behavior that caused us to think that we're not enough. So it's up to us to dig deep and find out what those specific episodic memories are within us and use this specific information that comes to surface to really see the truth of that situation and resolve it within ourselves. But if we instead keep on getting trapped in our shame and punishment of ourselves, we're going to stay trapped in the cycle of abuse, and that's a vicious cycle. So the invitation is for you to take a deeper, more generous dive into your own deeper reality and to bring light to the darker sides of you so that you can integrate that within yourself. The invitation is also for you to stop bypassing and stop expecting other people to live according to your high standards, just as you were put in those high standards and expected to live within them. And these are the real changes we must make in order to feel whole and complete within ourselves. This journey of life is for us to evolve and grow. In this journey, we are not going to stop our evolution by doing 10 or 15 years of work. It's a lifetime of inner work. It's a lifetime of loving ourselves. It's a lifetime of understanding ourselves. It's a lifetime of understanding others through us. It's a lifetime of loving others through us. When we can start to wear this hat and this attitude, we become more humble to who we are. And all of us fall trapped to this. It's not just you that falls trapped to this. I fall trapped to this. All spiritual teachers fall trapped to this. So there is no perfectionism in the universe. There is also no imperfectionism in the universe. Instead, start to see that both perfectionism and imperfectionism are your guiding lights to bring you back on track, to bring you back to the middle path where you can start to be more authentically with yourself and others. You can start to have more realistic expectations of yourself and others. And you can actually start to have true human, intimate connection in the way that you're designed to have, instead of putting on the egoic constructs that you have been used to wearing all this time, I should say. Instead of wearing the masks you've been wearing to hide your desire to be loved and accepted in the universe. Because you know what the singular truth of it is? You can wear the 100 masks you wear today. You can be as inauthentic as you want to be, and you are still loved. You are still loved for who you are. And so the invitation is really for you to stop pretending to be somebody else and instead step into who you really are and own up to who you are in this moment without fighting the inner battle within yourself that you've been fighting and carrying so long. That is the true you. That is the magnificent part of you that is wanting to come out. And your spiritual work, your religious practices, your personal development work are all here to only put you back on track with that. It is not here for you to just jump on thinking you can bypass your feelings and emotions. It's all a way for you to be fully with yourself so that there is no separation within yourself. Have a good day.